Hello everyone, welcome to this super quick yet useful YouTube video. Today we are going to be linking IB psychology topics and theories to studies. Feel free to text me at this Instagram handle and I will give personalized help and digitalized notes for free. In paper 1, we have 3 short answer questions and 1 long answer question that we have to answer. So here is a template of how you could structure your answer. You could have an introduction where you explain the phenomenon and anything you learned about it that could give us some relevant context. Then we should present a study with an aim, method, results, limitations, strength, and ethical considerations. After this, we should correlate the study to the initial questions if we have not already done so. Then we will provide an alternative explanation, which is just another perspective or another approach on the initial question. With this should go another study as long as it is a long answer question, and then we should have a conclusion. Here we have the 3 approaches: the biological approach, the sociocultural approach, and the cognitive approach. They all have subtopics. The biological approach subtopics are the brain, hormones, genetics, research methods, and ethical considerations. The sociocultural approach subtopics are the individual and the group, cultural origins, cultural influence, research methods, and ethical considerations. Then we have the HL topic of globalization and its influence on behavior. Within the cognitive approach, we have the subtopics of cognitive processing, reliability of cognitive processes, emotion and cognition, research methods, and ethical considerations. Under these subtopics, we have even more subtopics, such as technology, localization, neuroplasticity, neural networks, and so on. We have this for every one of them. All of these subtopics are also correlated with a study, and here we can see that technology is correlated to the study of Corkin et al. Conducted in 1997. This study also applies for localization. We can also see this phenomenon happening again with neural networks, neuron synapses, agonists, and these are all having the same study, Passamanti et al. In 2012. This has been done so that the student can remember the smallest pool of research as possible. This also occurs in the sociocultural approach with the social identity theory and social groups, which they have the same study and stereotypes. I will now be showing you all how to use this structure in order to answer a question. So for our example, we can use a question from a past paper, such as this one: to what extent does genetic inheritance influence behavior? We can see here that it is correlated with biological level of analysis. So this is based on the biological approach. Okay, so now that we are at the biological approach, we can scroll down to genetics. Here we can look at genetic similarities, and for an introduction we can say what we know about genetic similarities, how it corresponds to genes, and how this affects behavior, as well as what is behavior and what are the things that can influence it. And then we can look at the study it is correlated to and state its aim, method, results, limitations, and so on. This study was conducted in 2007 and aimed to investigate the genetic basis of antisocial behavior. They used 105 sets of twins and triplets from diverse backgrounds. Then they measured their antisocial behavior by observation and also giving questionnaires to their teachers, caregivers, and the children themselves. They characterized antisocial behavior by bullying, cruelty, and even stealing. Then they found that 50% of this antisocial behavior was genetic, as 50% of the twins or triplets all had the same antisocial behavior. We can say that the limitation of this study was that they used questionnaires, and in questionnaires individuals can lie as to promote their point of view or even deceive as to make themselves look better. But they did use observation, which is a reliable method of gathering results, and they also kept their anonymity, which goes together with ethical considerations, which is very good. They did not infringe many ethical considerations. Therefore, all in all, this study is reliable. Now that we were able to give an introduction, an explanation of the phenomenon, aka genetic similarities, we were able to give a study and how it connects to the question itself. Now we can give an alternate explanation. For this alternative explanation, we can scroll down to the sociocultural approach and we can go to the social cultural theory. The social cultural theory states that individuals learn by observing others. And for this, we have the Bandura et al. Study to back this up, where they used a doll and adults were being very mean to this doll, punching it, being verbally abusive to it, and then children were given the opportunity to do the same after being primed for aggression, and the children did follow in the footsteps of the adults and learned this behavior. Therefore, we can say that behavior does not only have to be derived from genetic predispositions, and that environmental factors such as role models, teachers, and so on can have a very large effect on behavior. Now we can give a conclusion. In this conclusion, we can say that genetic inheritance influences behavior to an extent, as social factors are also in the question when it comes to how individuals act and how they present themselves. Therefore, we can say that inheritance does have a large factor in this, but so does the environment in which an individual is raised and the individuals that raise this person. Therefore, it is very important to understand what all of these terms mean, such as pheromones and hormones, as this will allow you to analyze these studies and find their weaknesses and strengths. If you would like me to do a video on what the studies are about or even on particular topics you all don't understand, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below and I will address it. Again, if you would like a copy of the PDF or more advice on how to do well on paper 1 or on paper 2, be sure to message me at lilnico.3k and I will send you the PDF. Thank you very much. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.